and gentlemen, welcome to Mantorvile Opera House and our presentation of No Sex, Please, We're British. I'd like to thank IBM for buying out the house tonight. It's fantastic. Glad to have you all here. A couple of quick things. No cell phones. If you have them, please turn them off or at least put them on silent. If you need to use the bathroom, they're back behind, kind of to the in that corner. There's a special room here, two of them. We also will have a 15-minute intermission between acts where there'll be refreshments and so on served for all of you guys. Let's see, what else? It's been a long time since I've done a curtain speech. I'd like to thank our technical crew for all their work that they put into this show. Without them, it would not be nearly as enjoyable for any of us. So, let's get now, please sit back and enjoy No Sex, Please, We're British.
Eat your toast, Peter. Darling, eat your toast.
Oh, you don't
Oh, darling. Eat your toast. Oh, no! What is the matter with that thing? It seems to have taken on a life of its own.
Must be something to do with the counterweights. I'll have a look at it tonight.
Sorry, your type is hot on yours. Oh,
God, look at the time. I've got to get out of the bank.
darling, I've only just noticed that your typing's got an inscription on it. Ex nihilo what?
Ex nihilo nihil fit. It's the bank motto. From nothing, nothing comes.
Well, no wonder. It's founded by Quakers. Well, darling, why has Mr. Bromhead got a gold type in and yours is only silver?
Because he is a senior branch manager and I'm only a sub-branch manager.
Well, I think that's ridiculous, having that sort of class distinction in a bank. I mean, really, your employees are so stuffy.
But now you haven't forgotten that Bubba's coming to lunch, have you, darling?
No, darling.
Good. Now, you know, Eleanor won't expect anything special as long as it's all vegetarian. By the way, she may just, well, I don't think it's at all likely, but there is just a possibility that she may like to stay the night.
Stay the night?
Yes, but if she does, we will still be on our own. She'll be quite happy upstairs, she told me so.
She hasn't even seen the room yet.
Oh, I know she'll love it. Besides, she's very understanding. She knows we've only been married for 3 weeks. By the way, she knows, she thinks that that we are very lucky the bank gave us this apartment to start with.
Does she? How nice of her.
No, darling, there's no need to be like that.
Darling, we've only been back for 10 days. Oh, you really must fix that wretched thing. Oh, and the waste disposal needs greasing. Oh, and that speaker thing needs fixing. I think it's got a loose connection.
I know, I promise I will fix it all tonight, Francis. It'll be all right.
Yes, darling. If only we had a house of our own. I mean, who wants to live above their work with buzzers buzzing all the time?
I know.
I just wish you'd let me help us.
No, Francis, I don't want you writing off for any more jobs. We can manage very well without that, all right? Now, I must get down to the bank. See you at lunch.
Oh, do you want to kiss me goodbye?
Of course, darling. Hello, who is it?
Morning, Peter. Sorry to intrude on the happy couple.
That's all right, Brian. I was just coming down.
Oh, you do know your first appointment's at 9:30.
Yes, Police Superintendent Paul about the Police Sports and Social Club. Thank you, Brian.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. That's what I'm here for. To be of assistance. Thank you and good morning.
Does that little busybody have to be so formal and pedantic every morning?
You know, Brian, he always has to do everything by the book. If head office told him to lose his virginity, he'd do it in triplicate. Hello?
Oh, forgive the intruding again. But since I have a spare moment, I was wondering if I might possibly come up to present you with your wedding present.
That's all right, Brian. Come right up.
Oh, thank you. Only a brief presentation, of course. Mustn't interfere with our labors. I'll be up in a jiff. Thank you. Good morning.
Well, there he goes again. Do you know, darling, that I think he's actually been a bit upset ever since you got promoted?
Nonsense. He offered to be my best man, didn't he?
Oh, offered. Insisted, darling. His toast to the bridesmaids had everything in it but a change in the bank rate.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I've heard worse.
Oh.
I can't exactly remember where, but I must have heard worse. Hello, Brian. That was quick.
Yes, well, I tried to keep fit, you know.
Good morning, Brian. You'll excuse use my casual outfit, don't you? Only somehow it's not my morning.
Oh, well, I am so sorry to hear that first. I certainly hope I'm going to put that to rights. I do hope you like my gift. It was so hard to choose. Well, after considering things of a practical nature, like the newlyweds double electric blanket with fingertip control, well, I decided on something a little bit more artistic. Art is such a personal thing, isn't it? I do hope you like it. Here, hold that. Willa! No! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Willa!
Vegetables.
Yes.
Isn't it nice, Peter? Oh, darling, we simply must put that in Eleanor's room while she's with us.
Yes, of course, darling. What's it called, Brian?
Oh! Legumes Beret de Provence, from the original by Victor Lemont. Oh, and I framed it myself. I've got the tools, you know.
Yes. Brian.
Yes.
What is that?
This?
Is that a watermelon?
Oh, this? No, that's a cucumber. Yes. Well, the French have very big cucumbers, particularly in Provence. Didn't you notice me on your honeymoon?
Can't say that we did, no.
Yes, they're at least 50% bigger than ours. They press them under glass, you know.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, we do, don't we, darling?
Yes.
Well, Brian, we must be getting back down to the bank and have a look at this latte. We must press on.
Oh, yes, of course. Get our shoulders to the wheel. Oh.
Hello? Hello? Who is it? Oh, wrong one.
Yeah.
Hello, who is it?
It's me, Peter.
Who?
Me, of course, darling, Eleanor.
Eleanor. It's Mother. What a nice surprise.
Won't you come down and help me with my luggage, darling?
Yes, of course.
I know, I can do it.
Big bloody much. It's not even 9:30 in the morning. Got no chance at all now. I'll tell her. I'll definitely tell her. No! Nice to see you. So early.
Hello, Francis. You look ravishing. It was so nice of both of you to invite me so soon.
Not at all.
I brought you a few flowers.
Oh, thank you. They're lovely. I'll just go and put them in some water.
So, this is the apartment I've heard so much about. Charming. Absolutely charming. And you've decorated it yourself, I see. A fascinating blend of both old and new. Oh, a wonderful view of Windsor Castle. It must be so nice living next door to royalty. Do those lead to my room?
Your room? Yes.
Oh, good. Peter's fetching the rest of my things.
The rest?
Yes. He's become quite more considerate since he met you. It's a good thing, too, before he married that dreadful meatpacker's daughter.
Sorry, you don't mean the one who became a nun.
I hardly think she was qualified for that.
No!
Oh, Peter, I love your little flat. I feel so comfortable already. You were right. It's just a place for Christmas.
Christmas!
And I bet the leaves are beautiful falling in the autumn.
Yes, I'm sure that they are. We'll have to take some coloured photographs and send them to you.
You remember Brian Runicles, don't you?
Oh, how do you do? Weren't you at the wedding?
Oh, yes, I made the speech to the bridesmaids.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
Surely that's Legumes Verts de Provence, isn't it?
Oh, yes, from the original by Victor Lemont, the French school. Oh,
I know.
yes.
The French shot him in 1944 for collaborating.
Oh, really? Oh, dear.
Darling, why don't you take this upstairs to your mother's room along with the luggage?
Yes, of course, darling.
Why, Mr.
Oh, it's Runicles.
Does that nice Mr. Bromhead often visit this branch?
No, of course, he's my senior manager.
I would love to see him again. Perhaps we can invite him for dinner.
Yes. Yes.
Now inviting people over for dinner. Perhaps we should just throw her a cocktail party while we're at it.
Oh, that seems like a good idea, Francis. She doesn't seem the least bit shy. But
The front door again.
Yes.
Brian, answer it for me. I must be pressed.
of course. Good morning. Can I
parcel for Mr. Hunter.
Oh, Francis, it's a mailman. It's a parcel for Peter, registered. Shall I fetch it for you?
Oh, would you, Brian? Thanks.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Don't go away, mailman, I'm coming down.
It's all right, Eleanor. I'll ask Mr. Bromhead if he's free for dinner tomorrow.
What?
No, Francis.
Oh, if you're not looking for the time for a cocktail party, Miss Bronson and all her silly friends, well, then she's absolutely crazy.
But,
Peter?
coming!
I've got it. It's quite big. I had to laugh. Somebody thinks you're a man.
What did you say, Brian?
Well, this parcel, it's incorrectly addressed to a Mr. Francis Hunter. Somebody thinks you're a man, you see.
Well, some days I wish I were.
Yes. Well, it's jolly well tied up. I'll just leave it here on the table. If you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to my position.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
Oh, goodness knows where our scissors are.
Oh.
I haven't got a sharp knife in the place.
Oh, well, I've got my scout knife. Would you like me to do it for you?
Would you think?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Here we are. I must say, it's a very professional job. There we are.
Does it say where it's from?
Well, no. Well, that is, I haven't looked. Yes. Oh, yeah, here we are. It's right here. It says the Scandinavian Import Company.
What? Oh, no, Brian, never mind. That's just a gift I bought for Peter. Some glasses for the
I'm terribly sorry, Francis. Allow me.
It's all my fault.
These are funny sort of glasses, Francis. They feel more like packets of postcards.
They're just the wrong holders, idiots. Well, they're all tied down.
Oh, well, this one isn't. Oh my God, it's a dirty photo!
What are you talking about? Let me see it.
Oh, I couldn't possibly let you look at this. Oh, this? Oh, this? Well, as for this, I'd rather not look myself.
No, don't be ridiculous, Brian. It can't be that bad. Oh, good Lord.
No. It is nothing to laugh at, Francis. I'm extremely embarrassed. Peter will be furious if he finds out. I mean, you asked me to undo it for you when you were in the bedroom. I mean, it wasn't me. I didn't want to look, and then you just came rushing out, grabbed hold of them, and just dropped them on the carpet.
You admitted that you were clumsy.
Well, the next thing I know, I'm on the floor looking at a naked girl in a very odd position. Now do them up again before Peter comes down.
Do them up? Do what?
Oh, Francis! Oh,
Francis!
Oh, Francis, look at you! No, not looking.
Are you interfering with my wife, you randy little cashier?
I'm not. Certainly not. She made me cut her string and hold a little surprise.
What?
No, I tried to keep it from her. I tried to tell her it was pornographic.
Pornographic!
No.
What the devil are you talking about?
It's not his fault at all. It's all my fault.
What the devil are you talking about?
There was this advertisement, you see,
What advertisement?
in the local paper. Business opportunities. He was going to be surprised. It was only £50.
£50?
Yes. I've only paid for half. The other half is on approval.
Approval of what?
Well, the stock, of course, is it's called the Scandinavian Import Company, Home Sales Division. Well, they sell glassware and cutlery, that sort of thing.
What?
Oh, it's very high class, darling. You don't call on people. You have a display and you sell it out of your home like Tupperware.
You can't run a shop over the bank. It's their apartment. My God, what made you think you could do such a thing? You could get me sacked.
I was only trying to help us. But it's turned out all wrong anyway. They haven't sent us glasses at all. They've got full of dirty pictures. Look. Oh, yes.
Oh, good Lord, look at this lot. Oh, dear. How can they send stuff like this through the mail? Oh. Look at this, there's 3 of them here on a string.
Oh,
It's unbelievable.
It's turning into a gorgeous day. I think it might get quite hot later on. Are those the wedding food?
No. They're Brian's.
Yes, Brian's.
Mine?
Yes. Mine.
No.
He took them down a coal mine on the Zoo Camp outing last summer. Thank you for sharing, Brian. Most interesting.
Oh, yes. Very interesting.
Yes. I mean, no. I don't want them.
You don't want them.
No, he doesn't want them looked at until he's had a chance to touch them up. We work on them, you see. Well, Brian, I expect you want to be getting back down to the bank.
Oh, yes. No. I can't take these downstairs with the staff and the customers, can I?
Yes. You said that you wanted to take them home with you on your lunch hour.
Oh, lunch hour. Oh, yes. Wait, no. I just remembered that I'm not going home during lunch. I just remembered it's my junior Chamber of Commerce Charity Committee meeting. Well, I'm treasured, you know. If I leave them here, I can pick them up later, can't I? Can't I?
I wish you would make your minds up. Francis, I don't seem to have a long mirror in my room. Do you have one in yours?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you mind if I look at it? Goodbye, Mr.
Radicals, huh?
Yes, I hope you'll show me your cat photograph sometime.
Dear Peter, I do think you owe me an apology. You pulled my badminton club tie all out of place. Look at my shuttlecocks. They're all-
Never mind about that now. We can't leave this stuff laying around the bank. The directors would never believe we got it in the mail by mistake. You know how narrow-minded they are.
Yes.
It's dynamite. We've got to get rid of it.
Oh, no, it's very simple, darling. We'll just mail it back to them.
That's just what we can't do. It's a criminal offense. And in any case, we'd have to find a mailbox. We'd have to take this to the post office next door.
Oh, well, I'm certainly not doing that.
No, and I don't blame you either. Well, now, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to the bank.
Oh, hold on now, Barney. This is urgent. We have to take care of this right now.
Well, I quite agree. I should burn them in the garden straight away if I were you.
This is the bank apartment, Brian. You've got to go.
We haven't got any fireplaces either. It's all electric.
But you've got to go. That's right.
Right. Yes. Let me know. No, it's communal. It's for all the apartments. We couldn't do it there. Anyway, this has nothing to do with me.
Oh, yes, it does, Brian. What? You brought in the parcel.
Well,
You signed the receipt.
well, I never thought of that. Yes, when you put it that way, it seems like I might be involved. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Calm down. Get cool. We'll go back downstairs and we'll get back to work. Francis, find a place to hide these until this evening.
Yes.
No, shove it in the closet. Spare
Yeah.
bedroom.
The spare bedroom.
Nobody ever goes in there.
No, nobody ever goes in
I
there.
love your bedroom, darlings. Oh, and that must be the spare bedroom. I want to see it. I simply must see every
I really like you tonight.
What about that room?
Daddy, there's no place to hide it in there.
No, the only closet that's got a lock on it's in her room.
Dear.
Darling, why don't we just take these horrid photos and throw them straight into the trash can? They call tomorrow.
We can't do that.
Why not?
Because the garbage men around here are all thieves. It only takes one of them to see any of these, and then we're guilty of publishing.
Quite right. It could be very serious. Tantamount to publishing by trash can.
Oh, what did you say, Mr. Ruffles?
He was just saying that he has a scant amount of rubbish in his trash can.
Yes, I have a scant amount of rubbish in my trash can.
What an extraordinary thing to be talking about this time of the morning.
Yes.
I should probably go upstairs and finish unpacking. Do you mind if I keep the rest of this until later? Thank you.
What are you laughing at?
It's just so obvious. It's staring at us right in the face.
What is?
The lavatory.
I beg your pardon.
The lavatory. We can just tear them up and flush them away.
Ridiculous. That'll take hours.
No, it won't. No, it won't. We can do a whole lot at once. Here, give me some. I'll have a go. I mean, I can't just stand here. I have to do something.
Stop going to work, you bloody kid.
I'm really terribly sorry, darling. I had no idea. Please believe me.
I do. And I'm sorry as well. I should never have gone for Brian like that.
Oh, it's all right, darling. At least it shows that you still care after 3.5 weeks.
I do.
I can't get them down. Any of them. They keep floating back on top. What are we gonna do?
How should I know? It was your idea. Flush it again.
Well, that's no use. They just keep floating back up. And they look much worse when they're framed.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Brian. What? Go get something to fish them out. Go and check the study. Yes.
This is so ignominious for me. So ignominious.
Yes, who is it?
Excuse me, Mrs. Ansa. Mr. Jordan of Jordan Electric is here to see the manager.
All right. I'll be down in a minute.
All right. You'll be down in a minute.
I never should have signed. But I don't mean to seem disloyal, Peter, but after I've done what I can do in there, I should certainly hope that I shall then be excused.
Francis, we've just got to get rid of these photographs.
We have to burn them somehow, darling.
Peter, darling.
Oh my God, she's probably relaying the carpet by now. Yes, Eleanor, what's your sense?
Oh, dear me!
Oh. Ow! Oh! Brian! Help me quickly!
I can't! I've got my travel stuck!
Don't fuss, darling. I shall be quite comfortable, eventually. What have you been up to? you, my dear?
Nothing at all. I was just burning something. I mean, that is, something was burning in the trash can, and I had to put it out.
It must have been Brian. He's
Yes.
terribly careless. He's always leaving a train of cigarette butts everywhere.
Well, how extremely dangerous. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
Oh.
Are those my flowers?
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that they are. It was Brian, you see.
Yeah, Brian.
He panicked and then he threw the flowers right in with the water. I'm sure they're all why he did. Oh. Oh, dear, I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right, darling. It wasn't a special order. I insist on buying some more.
Oh, no, darling, there's no need for that. No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
My fingers are filthy.
Please, the kitchen. I really...
What are you doing, Mr. Wimple?
Woo! All finished!
What are you doing in the bathroom with a trowel?
Oh, yes! The trowel in the bathroom. I've got the trowel in the bathroom because it's part of a potting set. A garden potting set for potters.
Why do you have it in the bathroom?
Because he couldn't find a proper one to do the job, and he offered to do it because he's very good at it, and
Yes.
I'm not, am I, darling?
No, too dreadful, and it definitely needed doing.
Yes, yes,
So,
needed,
Brian,
yes.
did he do it for us? Because he has a lot of experience.
Experience, yes, of tiling and grouting.
Yes.
Yes! Yes! I've got a lot of experience of duality grating, and I was going to do it now, but I don't think I will. No, I think I'll save it for later, when I've got my proper Greiler's Trouter, my Trouter's Greiler.
Tireless trowel.
Yes! When I've got it! Ha ha ha!
I certainly don't hope that you know what you're talking about, because I certainly don't.
No.
And in the future, Mr. Reynolds, I certainly hope you will be careful with your cigarette butts.
Well, I beg your pardon?
I accept your apology.
Accept my apology. Well, no, I've never smoked a cigarette before in my life.
We haven't got time to go into that right now, Brian. We still haven't gotten into these. But we're going to. There's only one thing to do, and I know precisely what it is. So we're going to take the whole thing up and dump it as far from here as possible.
Oh, that's a good idea. That is definitely the best thing to do.
Turn off the label, will you, darling?
Oh, yes.
Brian will help you take them up, won't you, Brian?
Yes, of course I will, yes.
Hold on, what's the address? Scandinavian Import Company. Can't really afford it, but I'll make out a check. The post is on your Swedish glassware. £25, was it?
Yes, darling, I'm afraid so.
Right, well, you better send them a letter, special delivery. Some of it's all a mistake. And for God's sake, do it right away. Stop them from sending any more.
Yes, darling, right away. And thank you, darling, you've been so understanding.
Oh, of course, darling. It'll all be fine in the end. I'm sure we will all be laughing about this time next week. Won't we, Brian?
Yes. Oh, very droll. Best to see the funny side.
Funny side, that's right. Well, off you pop now, Brian, and mind where you dump it.
Yes, mind. What? Me dump it? I'm not going to dump it. You said you decided.
Yes, I decided that you were going to dump it. I've got Mr. Bromhead coming over, you're free, and I've also got Jordan's waiting. You're going to bury it.
Bury it?
Yes, and you can use that trowel again. There you are.
Peter, I'm sorry. I really must draw the line. I'd like to help you if I could, but I just can't go and do it, you see.
Peter,
Sure.
there's something odd about those photographs.
Well, if you excuse me, must go and do it.
You'll never believe this, but I think he's been tearing up his camp photographs in there. I found 2 pieces on the floor. Does that look like a trampoline?
Yes, it's terribly out of focus. That's why he was tearing them up. He was probably jumping up and down when he took them. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'd better get down to the bank. I've got a customer waiting. See you at lunch.
Yes, no, check, darling.
Check.
Yes.
Right, there we are. Sorry.
Getting terribly absent-minded in his old age.
Yes, but he must have a lot on his mind with all his new responsibilities.
You will excuse me, won't you? I must get a letter down to Peter.
Don't you want to finish getting dressed, my dear? I thought it would be fun if we went on a little shopping excursion together. I wanted to buy 1 or 2 new things. I brought so few clothes with me, and I do think it's important how one dresses, don't you? Even if one is alone.
Yes, you will excuse me, won't you? Only this is most urgent.
Oh, of course, darling, of course. I'll just sit over here, quietly, until you're finished.
Yes, fine.
to invite Mr. Bromhead for dinner. I do hope he can come. I may well let him advise me on my investments. Mr. Bromhead had always had a very high opinion of Peter, but that's not surprising. Peter's always been very good with money, ever since he was a little boy. Of course, I'm probably disturbing you, aren't I?
No, not at all. I'm actually finished.
Oh, you are, my well, darling, yes, you've been quite quick.
Yes, now, I'm just going to pop down to the post office and mail this to Peter.
Oh, I don't think you can go dressed like that, like me. Please, I want to buy some more flowers, and you can finish getting dressed, and I'll be only a moment.
Peter wants it to go special delivery.
All right, darling. I like to make myself feel useful. I despise those people who use other people's homes like hotels. I'll just go get my bag.
And you won't forget with you to send it special delivery.
I won't. Now, you'll want to finish getting dressed.
Yes.
I've made up my mind. I've definitely made.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. I thought you were Francis.
Francis is getting dressed.
Oh, what a pity.
What does that mean?
Well, I told Peter that I could do it for him. But I just can't, you see. I can't. Well, if you excuse me, I'd best be getting back to my position.
I dread to think what position that might be.
Yes, what is it?
Is the manager there with you, Mrs. Hunter?
No, he's not.
Oh dear, he's disappeared and I've got head office on.
Oh, well, I've got practically nothing on. Goodbye.
Princess, darling, are you there?
Yes, dear.
What a relief. Where's the check?
In the letter.
Where's the letter?
In the mail.
In the mail?
Yes, darling. Ellen took it for me. But don't worry, I told her to send it special delivery.
Oh God, we've had it. That letter, that check that you mailed, I gave you the wrong one by mistake. Brian must have messed it up, the idiot. £450.
£450?
We just gave those sex merchants £450 for somebody else's money.
How did that happen?
It was the payroll check for Jordan Electrics, and Jordans have just drawn the money.
Oh, no, darling, can't you just cancel the check?
I can't do that. I'd have to tell Mr. Bromhead.
Mr. Bromhead, why?
Because Jordan's had their account at his branch, that's why.
Why are they cashing checks at that branch?
It was a special cashing arrangement, that's why it was a cash check. I can't possibly tell Mr. Bromhead I've sent that payroll check to somebody else, I could lose my job. But, all right, it's very simple. We just have to get that check back. Now, where did you send it? What's the address? Francis, darling, it's all right. What's the address? What did you do with the label? The label.
I tore it up. And I put it on the waste disposal.
The worst? Can't you remember the address?
No, I can't. Your mother was talking.
She does that.
Perhaps she'll know what it was.
Oh, Peter, I've been quick, haven't I? There was no line at the post office. There was only one other person in there. Mr. Bromhead, please do come in. I brought you some more flowers, Francis. Perhaps these will last longer this time.
Thank you, they're lovely.
Good morning, Francis.
Oh, yes.
Peter, everything all right downstairs?
Yes, just fine, Mr. Bromhead, yes.
Good. Liking your new home, Francis?
Oh, yes, it's very lovely, thank you. Would you like any coffee?
Yes, thank you. Now, Peter, before you go downstairs, I want to warn you about Arnold Needham, one of our chief bank inspectors from head office. Apparently, he's just finished up at Twickenham, and rumor has it you're next on his list.
Next on his list for an inspection, sir.
Well, I don't think he'll be calling to cash a check, old chap. Now, I know Needham of old. He's one of our top men. Very meticulous, even a bit officious at times. Even checks the key register. Still, you've nothing to worry about, have you?
Worry? Worry, yeah. Well, nothing at all, sir. Nothing at all.
I'd like to hear it.
Oh, my flowers!
Francis,
Yes, dear.
was it Clematis Street, London, W12?
No.
Well, what about Mantorvile Road, Dagenham?
No.
Clements Road, then?
Yes. Might have been.
Yes, well, was it Clement Road, Northwest 10, Southwest 19, or Beckenham?
It's no use, darling. I can't remember. And there's been nothing but that wretched street guide for the past 2 days. Everything from Abbess Close to Zoffney Road.
We've got to find this wretched company. We need to get that check back from Scandinavian Import Company. I still can't understand why they're not on the phone.
Oh, you wouldn't say that, darling, if you'd seen all those photographs. Well, anyway, how am I supposed to concentrate when any minute your mother will be back with Mr. Bromhead, and here I am fiddle-faddling around with these cheese dips and stuffed olives?
Stuff? With what, pimentos?
No. Anchovies.
But Eleanor can't eat them. She's a strict vegetarian, you know that.
Well, then she can just damn well unstuff them herself.
Sorry we were so long.
Yes, the floors were still open. What do you think of these, Francis?
They're lovely. Even better than the others. Thank you.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Mr. Bromhead bought these for me, didn't you, Leslie?
Yes, yes.
If you don't mind me saying, Francis, I think you'd do better here with some hard perennials.
That's very good, Eleanor. Very amusing. I like
Yes,
it.
well, do sit down, Mr. Bromhead.
What would you like to drink, Mr. Bromhead? Your usual?
Whiskey neat.
I'll have a vodka martini, Peter. Francis, do you think we could have a vase for these?
Oh, yes, of course, Mother.
Yes, I think I'm going to replace these with the legume berry de Provence. That cucumber is very overpowering in the bedroom.
You are Mr. Bromhead?
Thank you, Peter. I hope you don't mind, but your mother asked if I might discuss some of her investments with her.
Not at all, sir.
What a charming woman she is. So very attractive.
Yes, sir.
You know, in many ways she reminds me of my dear late wife.
Really, sir? Really, sir?
I didn't tell you, Peter. Leslie's taking me to the theatre tonight.
Really, Leslie? I mean, really, sir?
Oh, it's just a local rep, of course. My wife and I used to go quite often. It'll be nice to take it up again.
What's playing tonight?
Oh, they're trying out a new musical, Voices of Valhalla. It's the first night tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. I've always been keen on the theatre ever since I saw Minette when I was in school. What do you think, Leslie?
Oh, I can see you're an expert at floral arrangements as well, Eleanor.
Yeah, I don't think I'll put them over there.
I'll put them over here. Oh, cheese dip, Mr. Bromhead.
Oh, thank you, Francis. It isn't garlic flavor, is it?
No, celery.
Oh, very good.
Isn't Francis doing a lovely job?
Olive, Mother.
Oh, thank you, darling. Good gracious, is that an anchovy?
Is it really?
Oh, it's all
What a
right.
pity.
It's all right, darling.
Oh, my dear, you nearly set on my mail.
Your what?
The evening mail. It's our local newspaper.
Oh, how quaint. Your local newspaper. Good gracious, look at those headlines. Thames Valley Police were today investigating the shock discovery of shoals of pornographic photographs found floating in the Thames, opposite Eton College. Those poor boys.
No, it must be a mistake. They must be making it up.
Yes. I don't think they can be making this up. They've got an eyewitness, darling.
An eyewitness? Are they really?
Yes, the River Patrol. And he said he saw a man drop a parcel into the river.
Man? What man?
Yes, they refer to him as the Phantom Pornographer. But they don't know who he is.
Oh, they don't know who he is then, right?
No. But the police say they'll get him. They're convinced he's a local man. And they've made a composite picture.
Oh, a composite picture! Have they really? Did you hear that, Peter? They made a composite picture.
Yes, he does look somehow familiar.
Oh, more cheesehead, Mr. Bromhead. I'm sorry, I mean more cheese dip, Mr. Bromhead.
Thank you, Francis. Do they say who's in charge of the case, Eleanor?
Superintendent Vernon Paul.
Good. Sound man. I can see they're taking this very seriously, and so they should.
Quite so, sir.
Well, we all know this sort of thing is rife in certain parts of London, but, well, it's pretty disgusting when it shows up on your own doorstep.
On your own doorstep? Oh, yes, sir.
Next thing you know, they'll be pushing it through the mailboxes.
Not in a little town like Windsor. With royalty present?
Yes, this sort of thing can spread like the plague. Why, I remember when I was manager at Canterbury, I found my chief cashier with some very questionable Indian books. Well, I fired him on the spot, shot him out like a rocket.
Did you really, sir?
Yes! I've never regretted it. I want to get my hands on some of those filth merchants. Boy, show them what for.
Peter Francis, let me tell what's happening.
That's the wrong way up.
I'm so sorry.
If you are a stupid boy,
sorry.
the most idiotic boy I've ever met.
I'm so...
Radical!
Oh!
What the dickens do you mean stampeding in here like some demented bullet?
Beg your pardon?
I said...
Well, it was my fault, Mr. Bromhead. Well, it was his fault, Mr. Bromhead. You see, he has a key to the side door.
Key to the side
It
door.
was an emergency.
In emergencies.
Emergencies?
Yes.
But this isn't an emergency, is it?
Oh, no, there's no emergency.
No emergency.
Well, then, what the devil are you playing at, Chronicle?
Playing at Runicles? No, that's me.
No, he was playing at, playing at...
At the town hall.
the town hall?
Yes,
Yes,
town hall.
he's playing at the town hall next month.
Yes, he's taken up amateur dramatics, don't you know?
I don't see what amateur dramatics have got to do with your extraordinary method of entry just now.
Well, it is to do with the method, sir. That's just what it is to do with. It's to do with the Method School of Acting.
Yes.
You know, you've been having trouble with your first entrance, haven't you, Brian?
Yes. I'm having trouble with my entrance.
Oh, so he's following Stanislavski.
Yes, I'm following Stanley. Let's go. I'm so sorry.
And I sincerely hope for all our sakes you catch up with him soon.
Yes. Yeah.
And what classical piece is to be blessed with your electrifying thespian talent?
Beg your pardon?
What play are you doing?
Oh! What play am I doing? What play am I doing?
George and Margaret. He's playing a George and Margaret.
Okay.
Yes, that's savory, isn't it?
I suppose it's a bit risque, yes.
Risque?
Yes.
George and Margaret?
Yes.
By Gerald Savory?
Gerald Savory! Yes, I mean, no. I mean,
But you don't seem to know much about it. What part are you playing?
He's playing the lead, sir.
Yes, I am playing George.
George?
Yes.
But it's George and Margaret who are coming to dinner.
Oh, they are. Well, pardon me, I don't want to be in the way.
You damn fool. George and Margaret are coming to dinner, but they never come onto the stage.
No.
That's the whole point.
No, but they do in the amateur version. You see, right at the very end, they want to give everybody a chance.
I must say I'm fascinated, Mr. Runicles.
No.
Presumably you didn't just barge in here just to practice your entrance to George and Margaret.
Oh. No. I'm here because I need some advice on a very personal problem, sir.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure we can use the spare room for a few minutes. Come on in with you.
No,
Tell me all about it.
not in there with you, sir. No. I need some advice from him. Mr. Hunter. That is, I want some advice from him.
With all due respect, I don't see what sort of advice he can give you that I can't.
Well, sir, the thing is, it's a rather delicate issue. He believes he may be suffering from a rare combination of...
That's different then. Perhaps it would be better coming from a younger man.
Perhaps if nobody wants your advice right now, Leslie, we could look at my stocks and shares for a moment.
Oh, yes, of course.
I have a list in the den.
Oh, after you, my dear.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Leslie. I cannot wait to show you my portfolio.
I should get some ointment for that as soon as possible if I were you.
Ointment? What is he talking about? What am I supposed to be suffering from?
Come on, about that. What about that? Brian, why did you dump that box of photographs in the river?
Yes, he said you were going to bury them in the park.
Well, I tried to.
Oh, no, sorry.
I tried to. I went into the bushes to dig a hole, to bury it, and that's when I saw them.
So what?
Well, this young couple. They were both lying there without any. It was extremely embarrassing. I mean, well, she hadn't gotten, and well, he hadn't. It was extremely disconcerting. I didn't know what to say.
Well, what did you say?
Good evening. gave I a terrible bruise. He still has his boots on.
Why did you dump the box of photographs in the river? Why didn't you just bury them someplace else?
Well, there were couples lying everywhere. You seem to forget it was early closing day.
Sorry, early closing day?
Yes.
That was yesterday.
Yes.
No, you said you'd get rid of them on Monday straight away.
You dirty bastard. You've been sitting at home leaving them, haven't you?
I have not. I have certainly not. The box came open of its own accord.
Oh, of its own accord, eh?
And now the papers have got a hold of it.
Well, yes, we know that.
The police will be looking for me next. They've already made a composite once, and the next thing you know, they'll be around here asking questions. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes, where's it?
Police Superintendent Paul here, Mrs. Hunter.
You've got to get me out of here. It's a manhunt. I'm a wanted man. Get me away. Get me away.
Keep your voice down. We're all in this together anyway.
I don't want to be in this together. I don't want to be in this at all.
But did you just a minute, please?
I told you before. This has nothing to do with me.
All right. All right. Stay over there. Keep your face hidden. I'll deal with this.
Good evening, Mrs. Hunter. Is your husband in?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Hunter. I normally wouldn't bother you like this, but you are rather inviting trouble.
Trouble?
Ah, Mr. Renicle. Have you been here long?
Oh, about 4.5 years.
Kid of that one.
Just about a quarter of an hour.
Ah, I suppose you must be the culprit then.
Culprit.
Yes. One of you's left the side door wide open. I can see it from across the street.
Oh, that's all. But I mean, that's always happening, and it isn't good enough, Brian.
No, not really good enough. Now, Peter has talked to you about this before. We've got to keep that door closed. This is bank property, after all.
Exactly, my dear. You will be more careful in the future, won't you, Mr. Renicle?
Now, if you excuse me, must be leaving.
Won't you join us for a drink, Superintendent, since you're here?
Well, that's very nice of you, Mrs. Hunter, but I really ought not to, as I am on duty.
Oh, what a pity.
But still, is it not driving? Maybe I can just have a small double
Oh. Yes, gin or whiskey?
vodka, if you have it. It's the breathless drink, you know.
Yes, I did know that. Darling, would you pop into the kitchen and get the other vodka for me? Answer that for me, Brian.
Yes, right. Good evening, can I help you?
Post office, special delivery here, parcel for Mr. Francis Hunter.
Francis, that's some more! That is? That's more than they said! There's a parcel downstairs with a man!
Yes, must be more wedding presents. Oh, do pop down and sign for it, Brian.
Yes, of course. Stay there, I'll be right down. No.
Pop down and sign for it, Brian. There's a good chap.
Yes,
Beg your pardon?
pop down and sign for it, Brian.
What is it you want me to do?
They want you to sign for a parcel.
No! Yes, of course. I haven't got a pencil. What do I do?
The mailman will have one. They always do.
The mailman will have one. They always do. Yes. Well, Bill, excuse me. I have got to go pop down and sign for a puzzle.
Well.
Anything the matter with Mr. Reynolds? He seems to be in a bit of a state tonight.
Well,
He does, doesn't he?
You mention it.
I expect he's just excited about tonight, that's
yes.
all.
Really? What's tonight?
Oh, he's got a date.
I don't understand. Has he got a date or is he collecting a prize?
Both. The prize he's collecting is the date. He entered the competition and he won an evening out with Miss
Miss Wonderbread.
Miss Wonderbread?
Yes.
Yes, he's been collecting wrappers for weeks and he won an evening out with the sliced bread queen.
What's he doing here then?
Oh, well, he wanted to make her a sandwich.
That makes sense.
Yes, and he realized that he'd run out of bread, so Aren't you busy?
No more than usual, Mrs. Hunter.
Oh no? Only. Well, it's just that we were reading about you in the paper tonight.
Oh, the pornography case.
Yes.
Well, when there's somebody selling, there's somebody buying. And that's when we catch them.
Oh, yes, well, I expect these sort of things do happen by accident, you know. Inertia selling, people getting things that they haven't asked for.
That's what they always say when we catch them. But if they're innocent, why don't they come see us in the first place?
Of course, that's what they should do. They'd be all right then, wouldn't they?
Naturally.
Well, in that case,
A man is always innocent until he's proved guilty.
Of course.
That's why we have a thorough investigation to prove it.
Sorry. To prove what? That he's innocent.
No, that he's guilty.
You leave your stockbrokers to me, Eleanor.
I am so glad you like the look of my industrials.
No? Hello, Vernon. Surprise? Not an official visit, I hope.
No, I was just passing and thought I'd hop in.
Oh, well, allow me to introduce Peter's mother. This is Eleanor Hunter. This is Superintendent Paul.
How do you do, Superintendent?
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Hunter. Will you be staying in Windsor long?
Well, I ought to be going. May I give you a lift, Superintendent?
Thanks, I'll be glad of it.
And I'll see you at 8:15.
Oh, if you're picking me up at 8:15, well, then I must get ready. Oh, how clumsy of me. All right, goodbye then, goodbye.
Yes, it's nearly 6:30.
Oh, so God bless the 2 hours.
Goodbye, Mrs. Hunter. Good night, Miss Peter. Thanks for the hospitality.
Yes, most interesting talking to you.
Not still rehearsing your entrance for George and Margaret, are you, Radicals?
No, I've just been downstairs and now I came back up again.
Mind what you get to with your little queen tonight.
What? My little queen?
And don't use all the bread tonight either.
Bread?
You may feel like a couple of slices in the morning.
Oh, that's a good old-fashioned remedy, Radicals. Better than ointment. Slap a bread poultice on it.
Slap a bread. Ew.
What? Bread poultice, my little queen? What am I supposed to be suffering from? I insist upon knowing.
Never mind about that now. Let's have a look at this parcel.
You're welcome to it. I want nothing to do with this one.
It looks like the same writing, is it?
Yes, Johnny, it is in the green ink again.
What, they sent us more photographs? I'm not going to pay for... Oh my God, they must have presented the check.
What, already?
Check? What check?
No, this is more trouble we haven't told you about yet.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
All right, I'll deal with the check later. In the meantime, we've got to find something to do with this parcel. Suppose one of us had better dump it again.
Are you out of your mind?
No, don't you see, darling? This is exactly what we need. Well, there's bound to be an invoice in there with the address on it.
Oh, that's genius! Oh, yes. Well, then one of us can take the invoice back to them, I mean, you can, and tell them it was all a mistake, and that would get me, it'll get us out of trouble.
I think having one of us has some brains around here.
Yes.
You really mustn't panic like this, Brian.
No.
I keep telling you, you are going to jump the gun.
Yes.
You've got to remain cool and collected in a crisis. Think things out logically step by step and remain absolutely calm.
There's no label on it.
What? There's got to be a label.
Maybe there's something inside.
No.
They're blue films. They've sent us blue films now.
No, there's got to be a label. There's got to be a label. Oh, no. Receipt to be following, with grateful thanks.
Oh, now, good heavens, they're not even British. Balance credits to your account. Enclosed, please find samples of the latest high-quality, non-flamm safety rollers for Title's PTO.
The titles please turn over.
Oh, yes.
All 200 feet wholesale to you, £10, normal retail, £30.
My God, that's 200% profit. We're in the wrong business. What am I saying? I'm sorry.
Good Lord, look at this lot.
Yes.
Ride a cock horse side saddle.
Oh.
Two at a time, please. Dick Turpin rides again and again and again. Tinkerbell and Peter Pansy. Jack and Jill forgot the pill.
Isn't there an address? I mean, there's got to be an address.
No, we're on the scuffy little note. There's not even a signature. What's worse is these are non-flamme safety. We couldn't even burn them if we had a place to do it.
Oh, I've got it. I got it. The waste disposal. Let's put them down the waste disposal.
Oh, yes, the waste disposal. We can do the whole lot at once. Come on.
You're panicking again, Brian.
Well, there's no time like the present. Come on.
Don't pull the reel in as well. Don't be that.
There we are. Oh, it's working perfectly. What I tell you. Now, two at a time. No. Two at a time. Oh, no. Step. Turn it up.
Come on the floor.
I'm sorry. It's your mother.
Yes, darling. Is there anything I can help you with?
I do think that these vegetables will feel more comfortable in the kitchen.
Ow, my head!
Is that the front door? Stop it, Brian. You're only making it worse.
What's going on in the kitchen?
Nothing. It's all right, darling.
What's Mr. Runnacles doing in the kitchen with Francis?
She was helping him to wind up, did a real clean up in the kitchen. He had a bit of an accident in there.
What, again? I don't know, Peter. The man seems to live here. You mustn't let him foist himself on you like this. He doesn't know when to leave.
Well, I've got it all cleaned up now, and I'm leaving.
Oh, you're leaving now, Mr.
Yes.
Runnacles.
Yes.
What a pity.
Well-
Oh, it was nice meeting you again. Goodbye, Mr.
No,
Runnacles.
don't forget about Brian's parcel.
Brian's parcel, yes.
Brian's parcel!
Yes, Brian's parcel. Now, it'll be quite all right if you leave it in the bank vault overnight, but I shall have to ask you to pick it up again in the morning then.
But...
Now, I shouldn't give you my keys, of course,
No,
but
you
as it is an emergency, and mind you put pop
Not
the mailbox
an
on your way back then, eh? Good night, old chap.
Goodness, good night, Brian. Thank you for everything.
Goodbye, Mr. Runnacles.
Goodbye!
Oh, you see what I mean, Peter? He didn't even want to go then.
No, I expect he just likes the company, that's all.
How very inconsiderate of him. Doesn't he know that you're newly married and you want to be alone? Would you like some help with the washing up?
No, don't bother, please. Peter will help me with it later.
Well, I suppose I better get myself ready for Leslie then. One should never keep a man waiting unless one actively dislikes him. You do get on with Mr. Bromhead, don't you, Peter?
Yes, I suppose.
Good. I thought you did. What do you think she means? Well, she can't possibly be thinking.
Oh my God, I hope not. Oh, what a terrible prospect. So imagine calling Mr. Bromhead Dad.
Oh.
All right, Brian, what have you done now?
What have I done? Solved the whole crisis. That's what I've done. I've always said, you've got to keep cool in a crisis. Think things out logically, step by step. So I was running through the side passage, and I thought to myself, spot check, I thought. Spot check.
Spot check.
Yes. Suppose the bank inspector comes for a spot check and finds Dick Turpin in the vault, writing again and again and again and again. That's when I noticed the truck in the window.
Truck? What window?
The window in the side passage. There was this old truck. It was stopped at the traffic light. It was full up with junk. So you know what I did? I snuck out. I put the box of films in the back of the truck. The light turned green. The truck drove away, and it's probably halfway to a scrapyard by now.
Oh, no!
Quick, bloody idiot, you've got the side door open again!
Oh, dear.
No! Supposing it's the police again.
Suppose it is somebody by the truck. I must get out of here.
No, I can't. There's somebody at the door. I'll handle this. Just keep quiet.
No.
Mr. Hunter,
Yes?
British Road Services, delivery for you, 10 packages.
10?
Sorry, 10 packages? Of what?
Well, I don't know, ma'am, we don't pack them, we only carry them.
What?
That's bad enough. Oh, it's got to sign here.
Fine.
Oh, right, this is your invoice, I suppose it fell off.
Oh my God, it's them again. They've sent us more.
Blue bills?
No, books this time. Plastic bound and illustrated in color.
Oh, dear.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh!
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh!
1001 Perversions.
No,
1.5 groans.
Oh, dear.